you go ahead and put your feet up, or you can push those pedals left and right, and you follow along that way so we can go out here and get out to the runway. So curve it around here. Yep. I want to put that stripe down between us. So now you're going to make this big turn, and I might help you if you need to jam the rudder to the left. Like this. I helped you a little bit. Takes a while to get used to steering with your feet.
Yeah, it's same with the sim.
Yeah. XR, Cherokee 31 Lima Hotel, holding short 35 left at hotel, ready for departure.
Cherokee 31 Lima Hotel, Oaks Tower, at 35 left at hotel, clear for takeoff, fly runway heading.
Clear for takeoff, 35 left at hotel, runway heading 31 Lima Hotel. All right, you ready to roll?
Cheers, 8 Alpha Roman. 5231 Charlie, we're about...
Throttles up. Looking for 52 to rotate. There's 52, and we'll rotate. And more airborne.
It's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
See my dad taking video.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Awesome. All right, at about 12:30 to 1 o'clock, you can see Lake Woodlands out in front of us. You got that? You can see the Anadarko buildings. I'll let you have the controls once you get out past the Woodlands. All right, we're going to head back to the west. That's 30 degrees of bank. That's a normal angle of bank for a turn. I've flown right over my house before and I've barely even seen it. There goes another Falcon or whatever up here. You see it?
Oh yeah, there we go.
Golly.
That's cool.
Yeah, it's cool as long as you don't hit one.
Yeah, I can see my house right there.
Be able to get a picture of it?
Yeah, I got a few pictures of it.
Okay. Go ahead and put your hand on the control. You just need one hand, and you really just need a couple of fingers. Okay. And now you're flying us. You got us turning to the left. But you can get a feel for how it controls. The next airport doesn't have a control tower.
Oh. Okay.
That's not a big deal. What I want you to do first is the frequency for it is 122.9. Here's the radio we're using. This kind of looks like the one in the sim. This is the one we're on. We're on the Hooks Tower. We don't need to talk to them anymore. We're well outside their airspace. This is the standby. This means this is the next one up. You dial in 122.9 by turning this dial. Turns the numbers to the left. Little dial turns numbers to the right. So while you're flying, reach up and turn 122.9. And then you hit the button, and it makes it the active. Boop, there we go. And what I'm going to do is, this is a power on stall, so put your feet up on the pedals also, because you're using the pedals the whole time. Keep the feet up on the horizon. Pull back, pull back. You want to see that speed. See, like a roller coaster? When you're climbing, your speed's bleeding off, but we're going to pretend like we're dumb and we don't know what we're doing, so keep that nose up. Keep that nose up. We're going to get a stall warning here. Keep the nose up. You'll have to feed in. I'll feed in a little bit of rudder to keep us going straight. I hear a little bit of a squeal, but this plane wants to fly, so there it goes. And then you just lower the nose a little bit. You don't have to dump it. Lower the nose a little bit, and the horn kind of goes away. The speed comes up, and we got flying speed again. That was a power on stall. See, there's nothing to it really, as long as you know it's coming. You know, whenever you don't know it's coming, all of a sudden you get that squeal. You're like, oh shoot, I need to watch my airspeed better. Let's see if I get the window open. Can't do that in an airliner.
No, you cannot.
I'm gonna get a little more juice. I'm gonna roll us. There's 30, 45, 60, and to maintain level flight, you got to pull. So that's about 2 Gs, and we're maintaining our level flight. And we're 3/4 of the way through, and then rolling out. And you see, I stayed within about 75 feet of altitude, which is nice, because for a check ride, you got to do it plus or minus 100, so I was within tolerances. And now, you get to do it as well. Let me get this leveled off here. You can go left or right, your choice.
Left.
Okay. You're clear to the left, go ahead. And you won't need a rudder once you get past about 30 degrees, so you don't have to worry about your feet. But as you get past 30, you're going to have to probably start pulling a little bit on the yoke. You can use both hands if you want. You're at about 40 degrees. Go ahead and give us more bank. More bank. Left, more bank.
Okay.
So far, so good. All right. climbing a little bit much, but you're at about 45 degrees of bank. Now you're at about 30, so it's not quite that steep. You're doing a normal turn right now, 30 degrees. You can rank that bank over like 60. We're facing the wrong way now. You got to keep the turn coming around to where we started. Now pull, 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 pull. Get those G's there, 2 G's. All right, we'll roll out when we get lined up those ponds there. Okay, roll out. All right, had quite a severe dive going there. We ended up 400 feet low, but we made it.
All right.
Cool.
And you can really feel it when you're turning.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We're below our flap extension speed, so keep flying. We're going to do a little bit of slow flight here. You can feel it kind of bubble when I start putting in flaps. Because you're going to feel that at these slower speeds, you're going to have mushier aileron. Like if you try to wiggle the wings with all these flaps in. We're going to set up and pretend like there's an imaginary runway out here in the sky. So we're pretending like we're descending to a runway, and you say, we're just a little bit too far out. Let me try to level us off and stretch that glide out. So act like you're stretching this glide out. We're just trying to shallow out our descent. Try to keep that nose a little more level, like we're trying to make it out to that runway that's just a little too far. So keep that nose up. We're waiting to get that stall warning. There's a plane saying, what are you making me do here? Keep pulling. You were descending, but our nose is, there it goes. Okay, so we just lower the nose ever so slightly. I'm going to feed in some rudder. Okay, and then as we get that speed up, I'm going to let out a little bit of flaps. And then I bring in the rest of the flaps. And we didn't really lose much altitude in that stall recovery, and that's the key. I'll set us up on the descent here. A nice 65 to 70 knot descent. And you see my vertical speed indicator right now is about 700 feet per minute. And maybe I'm saying I'm too close to the runway. I need to descend a little bit quicker, so I'm going to do that sideways thing here called a slip. I'm going to jam the rudder over one way. I'm going to keep the wings level with my yoke. We're actually still flying kind of this way, but the nose is pointing that way. My speed didn't increase, but my rate of descent did by a few hundred feet. I'm descending not quite twice as fast as I was, but the plane's got a lot more drag when it's flying sideways. And so I used that as a tool to descend a little more quickly. I'm going to kick it out, and now the plane is pointing the same way it's flying again. You go ahead and take the controls, and I'll have you do one. You can go left or right, your choice. Doesn't matter to me. So you kick that rudder over, but see how it wants to bank? Give it left yoke to keep the wings level. You should have the rudder jammed all the way to the right, and then keep the wings level. So go ahead and put the rudders back to neutral. And I'm going to take the controls. I have the aircraft. Good. All this stuff that I wrote down is what you say on the radio. You just heard me say the 10-mile call. Navasota traffic, Cherokee 31 Lima Hotel, 5 miles east. Touch and go, runway 35 Navasota is what you're going to say. And so to talk on the radios, you got a little bitty skinny button right there on the top.
Navasota traffic, Cherokee 31 Lima Hotel, 5 miles east, touch and go, runway 35 Navasota.
Okay, go ahead and hold this for me. Navasota traffic, Cherokee 31 Lima Hotel is about a 2 miles non-standard right base to the final runway 35 touch and go, Navasota. You see the runway now?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, you can see why it's hard to see because we were coming at a funny angle. All right, trying to keep a nice steady approach like you see. All right, throttle's all the way back. Down that. Oh, nice bird. Holding off, letting the speed bleed off. Come on, baby. Oh, money. Get those flaps up. The throttle back up. That was a pretty nice landing.
Yes, it was.
If I do say so myself. And I do. All right, see you later, cows. Because we're going to head out towards Washington-on-the-Brazos. So, another potential photo walk for you.
Oh, that was fun.
And you said you've been to Washington-on-the-Brazos on the ground? Birthplace of Texas?
I believe so. I'm not entirely sure, but I think.
All right. It may or may not look familiar then.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's like the visitor center, little amphitheater, and the actual building is like tucked up in the trees along this road down here. It's like a little log cabin that's going to be coming out this way. All right. Visitors. Oh, yeah, it's a little log cabin. You got the paved road, and then just on the other side of it, there's a little log cabin tucked right in the front of those bushes, those trees.
Oh, yeah.
That's where they did it. That's where they met.
Wow.
That building's like 100, almost 200 years old. Awesome. And for now, you just fly and enjoy the view and keep cross-checking, make sure we're not getting too slow, getting too low, that kind of thing. You feel a little bit of turbulence as we come over these trees.